guys, welcome back to another clip of Schach-manuel-lernen. Today with the fifth and last round of the Réti Amateur Open. So after 4 rounds, I was by 3 points out of 4 and I had a weaker opponent in the last round, like around 1900. And I knew with a win that my chances for the podium or at least a very good place was possible. So I started the last game with the black pieces and I faced the Tombowski. I didn't saw it for a while, to be honest, and that's why I took here some time already. But I decided just to continue with g6. He captured, and then we continued with normal development. I have a bit of weaker pawn structure, but for that, as a compensation, I have the bishop pair. f5, so to stop e4, g3, short castle, bishop g2, c6, to stop a bit the bishop. And I thought, okay, white has 2 options. Either he castles short side, or he will play aggressive with h4, h5. So I needed to be prepared a bit for both plans. And after knight to e2, a5, he indeed played h4, which is very interesting. And I played here knight to d7, continued development, h5. And after h5, we always need to calculate, okay, capturing, going here, or if we play by ourselves, g5. I decided to continue the development because I thought, okay, let's say if he captures, I capture. Not sure if I would have captured with the f-pawn, more probably with the h-pawn. The advantage by that, actually, is that we don't lose control over the e6 square. And that he will bring some pieces here needs some time. And at the same time, everything is well protected from our perspective. He played knight to f4, rook b8, tried to prepare b5 and going out of this diagonal. Queen d3, queen c7, d5. And d5 was a bit a weird move because it gives my bishop a lot of strength. And it also weakens the e5 square and c5 square for him. That's why I played c5. The downside of this move is it gives away the b5 square. That's why he made long castle. Knight to g4 threatens a nice fork here. Queen c2, a4. And a4, I was proud of myself that I found this move, which is kind of sacrificing a pawn. And the idea is if he captures, then we have suddenly a semi-open file to attack. And the bishop is here quite strong, and maybe we can push b5 and so on. And the idea was as well, if we would have played like something normal, like bishop d7, he can just close the position with a4, and then we don't have really something to attack for. So a4, then now he captured, I captured back. Bishop h3, I played knight to f6. According to computer, it's a bit better a3, and if he captures here, I have a Zwischenzug with capturing on b2, and that will be quite good for me. I played knight f6, and then he played f3 to stop the knight from going here. And now, of course, like his plan is to play g4 and to create some threats by himself. Rook e8, e4, capture, capture, capture with the queen. The rook I still want to have here to push the b-pawn, and the queen makes sense in order to go there. And the rook here also make quite a lot of sense. That's the reason why I captured with the queen, recaptured, then queen g4, queen g2, and my opponent was a bit lower on time because he took some time for some other decisions. So after queen g2, I played g5, stops on one hand rook h4 with attacking the queen and prepare the doubling, and if the knight goes somewhere, then this pawn is suddenly 3 times attacked. So by knight to e2, I captured, I took the chance, capture, capture. I captured with the rook simply because I wanted to capture here as well, and if he plays b3 for protected, then this bishop just grows even stronger. So knight c3, I captured, queen c2, and now we just need to be careful about this h7 problem. At the moment it's not really a tragedy because let's say if he gives a check here, we can move away and he doesn't have anything to follow. That's why I said, okay, I play b5, this knight is still pinned, and I saw rook h7, and then b4, and now I thought like maybe he has something like, yeah, rook dh1, and I captured, and here I first thought, okay, I mean, I had to calculate this line. What happens if he plays this one? Then capture, check this one, rook e1, but then I simply have rook e4. He doesn't have any useful check anymore. And let's say if he trades that off and wins the rook back, then my position is just dominant and I will win the game because I have here a check, here a check, and then it will be not there, sorry, and it will be a checkmate at the end. So that's why it was not an option for him. He also lost too many pawns already. So the game continued that he recaptured, but here, there's some small thing that we should still be aware of, like when we capture with the rook, that would be unnecessary blunder. He can capture the bishop with check, and the bishop was the only defender of the rook, so we have to capture and then he can capture with check. And now it's still better for black, but unnecessarily complicated. That's why I didn't capture with the rook. But here, just let me quickly check what happened in the game. Like I captured, he captured, and then here basically he resigned. So like I wasn't 100% sure why he didn't wanted to continue it. I also can capture with the bishop, I guess, so there's also no threat of anything afterwards. So I guess that I didn't capture here. He just realized, that the game was over. So it was a beautiful and, of course, important win. I would say the key move in this game was a4. Like in this position, to gain some space and also that we're not afraid of sacrificing a pawn. So I won, and then I had to wait for all of these tie breaks and so on. And here, then that was the last standing. So there were many people with 4 points, what is normal in a 5-round game, in a 5-round tournament. And also the Buchholz was same, but then the second, Feinwertung was better for me. So I managed it as starting number 12 to go to the podium. And as you can see, there were a lot of juniors in this tournament, so I felt quite old on this picture, to be honest. But yeah, like it was an awesome tournament for me. And also when we check here, I won 18 rating points, which is always very good. And with that, yeah, I was very happy, and it showed me that my training was worth investing in. And yeah, with this wonderful news by the end of the tournament, I wish you a wonderful weekend. Stay healthy and always enjoy your own chess games. See you soon, guys.